What's up, everybody? This is the Classic Tycoon here, and we're back for another subscriber submission episode. This is our March submissions, all the submissions I received in March. And yeah, let's dive right into it here. So the first submission is a floorless roller coaster by Philippe Carmel. He was featured in the February showcase as well. This roller coaster is named Time Machine, and I will put the name in the bottom right corner in just a moment here. Very long roller coaster, very good looking roller coaster. I really like the look of it already. He's made it very compact here. He's included this kind of steep chain lift here to conserve space as well, which is a good idea, especially when you're making such a tall roller coaster. Not a technique I use very often, but I may start to use them in the future here, especially in the $1 Million Mission where I need to conserve some space. So we'll maybe do that in the future. Lots of helixes, good twists and turns, inversions, things like that. The strange thing I will say about this roller coaster is the amount of chain lifts in it. You can see that roller coaster just hit a chain lift there. Not sure if that's intentional to be used as stopping points for the coasters, but I will say this. You can see right here we're stuck with two trains just kind of sitting here, and I think that's partially a result of using so many different chain lifts, and it's also a result of having too many trains. So my suggestion here would be, the guests are going to get pretty upset sitting here for so long, and you'll see how long we sit here now on these block brakes. But you don't really need these to be acting as block brakes 2 in a row, right? I would probably take out 2 or even 3 of the trains. He does have 6 trains running on this one, so that is something that I would probably do, is at least change the amount of trains they're running. But it's not a huge deal, but the guests, they will get upset about things like that, and that's, in real life it wouldn't be as big of a deal, right? But in this game, the guests are very needy and they get upset about little things like that. So just be careful with how long your ride length times are. Okay, but we're now moving along some more, and the roller coaster should finish up pretty soon. I am interested in the test results. We'll see how long exactly the roller coaster ride length was. You can see right here we've got some more chain lifts. So usually by now I'd say, you probably want this thing to have wrapped up a little bit sooner. I don't think the ride length is too bad. It's just that one spot where we were stuck for so long. I do like all the scenery, by the way. I think he hasn't overdone it by any means, but it also doesn't look super plain. So it's good looking roller coaster. Let's check out our ratings. So very, very good ratings. Well done. It's about 3.5 minute long ride time. I would take out a couple trains to maybe, we sat there for about a minute. So if you could shave off about a minute of ride time just from that block brake section, that would probably help out this roller coaster to perform better if we actually put it in a park. That being said, if it's not in a park, this is a fantastic roller coaster. Excellent ratings, very well done. I love the look of it, love the compact feel, very detailed, and there's a lot going on. So I really like the roller coaster. And again, the scenery here, he hasn't, you know, gone too crazy with the scenery, but it's enough to make the roller coaster stand out a little bit, and I'm sure that it helps out that excitement rating as well. So well done, Philippe. Let's move on to the next ride, which is Goliath 360. This comes in by Michael. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your last name. Guzzo or Guzzo, or I'm sure you guys can let me know in the comments. A very basic wooden roller coaster, does have a loop here. Now, unfortunately, the ride design, it included scenery that I do not have in my Roller Coaster Tycoon Classic right now. You might be surprised to know I have not downloaded Time Twister or Wacky World, so that might be the problem. So, I'm sure this coaster would be even better with your scenery, but I don't have that available right now. However, the excitement rating is great, 7.86 and an 8.35 intensity rating with a loop in there. That is fantastic for a wooden roller coaster. Well done, Michael. That again is Goliath 360. We'll take another look at it, and nice short ride, short but very sweet. Let's move on to our next roller coaster. The next design here is Wooden Cruncher. This is by Max13124. He is another returning subscriber submitter. This is a good looking roller coaster. You can see it already. Very, very similar to something I would design, I'd say, with better scenery than what I would put in there. Right? I'm very lazy with my scenery, so I really like the look of it. Not much else to say on it. It's a very large roller coaster. But it's very smooth, you'll see. Let's go ahead and just watch it for a moment. I like that part, by the way. How the roller coaster kind of just hangs on the top of the hill. Very nice design. I love the scenery right there with those fire pillars. It turns that, you know, very basic looking hill into one of the better looking parts of the entire ride. Very well done there. I love the look of that. A good water splash there. You know, give the guests a cool off as they're passing through all this fire. Obviously, in real life, all this fire here would be very concerning next to this wooden roller coaster. It probably wouldn't pass any safety inspections, but luckily this is just Roller Coaster Tycoon. So great looking ride, 2-minute ride length, but it's all got very solid movement. 8.96, very high excitement rating, 9.16 intensity rating. Very, very nice roller coaster there, Max. Well done. I really like it. One of my very favorites that I looked at in this submission episode. By the way, I forgot to mention, this is not in any particular order. I'm just showcasing these in the order that I received them. So this isn't like a top 10 or anything. It's just, I'm just going through and showcasing each one as I received them. Very well done again, Max. Let's jump into our next roller coaster submission. Alright, so the next submission is by Thunderdash. This is Electro Road, a launched Giga Coaster. You can see it already launched there. And Giga Coasters are fantastic roller coasters. I've said it many times before. One of my absolute favorite roller coasters to build in the game. You can get some pretty crazy ratings out of these things. And yeah, very good choice of roller coaster. Great colors. I really like the colors. Kind of reminds me of like Rainbow Road or something from Mario. I love it. It's a good looking roller coaster. Very nice use of the airtime hills. One of the best features of the Giga Coaster that really boosts up the excitement ratings. And not a extremely lengthy roller coaster, which I usually like. And there it was, Electro Road. Let's go ahead and check out our ratings. Very nice, a 7.91 excitement rating. I'm sure we could get that up above an 8 with a little bit of scenery in there. So very well done there, Thunder Dash. Let's move on to your next roller coaster. Thunder Dash did a few submissions this time around. This one is called Hyperdrive. It is a hyper roller coaster that is launched as well. Really like the colors of this one too. Very interesting use of that hill lift, by the way. I liked that design. And kind of a all over the place roller coaster. I'll show you at the end of it where the shape of the roller coaster. It's not really compact, which I usually prefer compact. There's nothing wrong, by the way, with not being compact. That's just something that comes out of my I don't know, my psyche. I gotta have them really compact, but it would fit really well, I'm sure, if you know you could weave all sorts of rides together with a roller coaster like this and make it look really good. I have one gripe with the roller coaster, and it's gonna come with the same one as the Time Machine ride, the very first roller coaster we looked at, and that's this stop right here. This is kind of unnecessarily long of a wait, and with a launch roller coaster like this, it's actually not that long of a ride until you add in something like this. So you probably really only need, I can't remember how many trains are running on this. I think it's 3. So you probably only really need 2 trains on this. If you have 4 trains running on this, again, I don't remember. You can probably just take out one of those and it would really alleviate this wait time. You can see we're sitting here for a long time with no movement at all. I'm not sure how long the length of the rides is before guests start getting upset, but that is something that could factor in to this roller coaster. So I just, be careful of that. If that's not a problem to you, then this is a great roller coaster. Let's check out our ratings. Everything's in the black. We got a 7.32 excitement rating. I'm sure with some scenery, we could bump that up to a very high rating. The intensity rating's pretty high up there, almost a 10. But, with a roller coaster like this, that's bound to happen. So that's totally fine. Very nice design. You can see that very wide, spread out design there. And here is Thunder Dash's last submission. This is called Chang Challenge. You can see it's got kind of the pagoda theme. I like the theme. It makes you kind of feel like you're in Asia with all the theming, and it's a good looking roller coaster. I like that it's a lay down roller coaster. I've never built a lay down roller coaster, I don't think. I usually opt for the flying roller coaster, so I enjoyed having a unique submission in this one. Most people opt to use like the wooden roller coaster or the twister roller coaster, which is fine, nothing wrong with that by any means. But it's refreshing to see something a little bit different. So there it was. That was Chang Challenge. Again, this kind of right here, I would maybe add a little dip to speed this along right here, but that's just, the ride's not too long for the guests right here. That's just a personal preference that I would do for my own sake. No need to do that by any means. for yourself if you like the roller coaster exactly how it is. So this one was not too complex or complicated, just a solid roller coaster. I liked it. Well done, Thunder Dash. Thanks for all these submissions and for supporting the channel. We've got a 6.92 excitement rating and a 7.75 intensity rating. And with the laydown roller coasters, you always get high nausea ratings. It's the same with the flying roller coaster. So thank you for that submission. Let's move into the final submission. And this one comes into us from Jeremy Brennan, also a subscriber who has sent me submissions before. This is Steel Force, and it is a hyper coaster, which is based off of a real-life roller coaster, he says. And so let's watch this one. Now, right off the bat, there's a couple things I can tell you. First of all, the roller coaster trains, for a roller coaster of this size, I would definitely try to put in some block brakes so that they're not following each other like this. If the ride runs into some brake problems, then they're going to end up crashing, and you're going to kill like 100 guests. Not that many, but you know, probably upwards of 30 or more, depending how many can fit inside of these trains. So I'll show you what I'll do at the end of the roller coaster. I've got some more suggestions. Okay, another one is we need to bump up the speed of the chain lift right here, 4 miles per hour. That's really slow for a coaster of this length. Now we got some major speed going on here. And here we go. Right at the end. Everything looks pretty good on this. Well, let's look at the ratings and I'll show you what we can do about this. So we've got a 2.1 excitement rating low and an ultra extreme intensity rating. But I'm going to show you how to fix this right now. Everything looks great, Jeremy, except for the very, very last turn right there. You see that one is not banked. So let me show you how to fix this. I know you wanted to put the brakes in right here, but let me make a suggestion. We're going to take out those brakes, and we're going to throw in a banked curve right here at the end. And instead, I'm going to throw some block brakes right here at the end for you as well. Okay, that is the first thing we'll do. Now let's go ahead, bump up that chain lift speed to 6 miles per hour. I don't know why this ride or the hyper coasters don't go up to 7 or 8 miles per hour. It's unfortunate, but you can see that now the two trains will start outside of the track together. And they'll go separately, and the block brakes will save you from having any sort of brake malfunction that causes guests to die in your parks. So I know we're watching the whole thing one more time, but I just wanted to talk through that. Okay, and let's see if that fixed the problem. I do think it will. Now, the coaster, it is going really, really fast for some of these turns down here. So if there's any way we could, you know, slow down the train a little bit through all of this right here, that would be good. But I don't think that that's going to necessarily make the coaster unusable. So do remember we had a 2.1 excitement rating before and a 14 intensity rating, an ultra extreme intensity rating. Let's see if this helped out. So you can see we're still in the red there in our vertical and lateral Gs. But our excitement rating has now bumped up to a 6.55, our intensity rating down to 9.39. So this is definitely a very usable roller coaster. And hyper coasters like this one they're difficult to build. They really are. I've only built really one. I did it in the $1 Million Mission series. You guys can go back and check that one out if you'd like. But I think that that helps fix the problem. So Thanks for all the submissions in this one, you guys. If you'd like to submit me some more roller coasters, I do enjoy doing these episodes. They're nice and long. By the way, thank you so much for 300 subscribers. I've been at that for about a week now, and I really appreciate all the support on the channel. I know the videos have not been coming out as frequently lately, but in light of that, I've still been gaining a lot of subscribers, and it's awesome. So thank you guys so much for that. If you would like to submit me your roller coasters, please send them to Deron, DERON 1733 at gmail.com. And that's it, guys. Give me a like if you liked it, and I will see you in the next video.